Hey everyone, welcome back to Hey, it's Arlesha. It feels so good to say that. It's been about maybe 8 months since the last time I dropped an episode. And I want to start here by just being real with you about where I've been and what's been happening. For those who may be coming across this episode and podcast for the first time, here's a quick intro on who I am. I am Arlesha Amazon, founder of Champion Strategies, a strategic consultancy for leading personalities and athletes in the sports and entertainment space that I founded in 2024. From 2022 to 2023, I worked for four-time NBA champion Stephen Curry at his company, SC30 Inc., as Senior Director of Strategic Partnerships and Development, which was a very formal title to say that I focused on everything enterprise and IP for Steph's business. Before that, I spent nearly 10 years at CAA Sports, one of the world's most valuable sports agencies. It was at CAA that I established my foundation and grew as a professional while managing and working with some of the world's top athletes and brands, such as NBA Hall of Famer Dwayne Wade, Miami Heat legend Udonis Haslem, the former Defensive Player of the Year Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, Kobe White of the Chicago Bulls, and more. In addition to being an entrepreneur these days, I am a part-time podcast creator and host and a proud Miamian. Okay, now back to where I've been and what's been happening in my life these days. The short version. I have been heads down getting acclimated to life as an entrepreneur. For the past year, I've been building the foundation for my strategic advisory and consultancy called Champion Strategies. And honestly, it's been such a rewarding season. I've been working with some of the most incredible clients in the sports and entertainment space, doing impactful, purposeful work that I can't wait to share more about with you in future episodes. But at the same time, I've also been in what I'm calling my harmonized era. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to intentionally create bandwidth in life, not just for work, but for living fully and authentically in my life right now. I wanted to give myself the space to sharpen my point of view before coming back to the mic. That's part of why the hiatus stretched as long as it did. Now I feel ready to speak from that more authentic place, ready to tie together what I've been living, what I've been learning, and what I've been building. And honestly, this idea of harmonizing life and ambition, or what I call harmonized ambition, is going to be a central theme for the episodes ahead. There might even be a rebrand coming down the line for this podcast, but we will cross that bridge when it's time. In fact, my Substack newsletter just got a bit of a rebrand around this very idea of harmonizing life and ambition. And I want to use this season 3 of the podcast to expand on some of the themes I've been writing about. Reflections and lessons on living and working with intention, balancing ambition and purpose, and stories that are grounded in some personal experiences. And let me just say this, harmonized ambition is not about work-life balance, guys. I know that term makes everyone cringe, including me. This is not what this is. A work-life balance suggests that you can split and balance life and work in this 50-50 split, and that's not realistic. Harmonizing your ambition is about creating capacity to pursue multiple things or goals and make the necessary bandwidth to see it through. So with that, let's jump into today's episode topic, which is inspired by a piece I recently published on Substack called Living Like a Champion. I wanted to bring it here to the podcast as well because it's a concept that has been following me for years, both professionally and personally. When most people think about champion athletes, they think about buzzer beaters, championship parades, and those iconic highlight reels. But what I got to see working behind the scenes with players like Dwayne Wade, Stephen Curry, and other superstar athletes during my time at CAA was something different. I got to see how they created bandwidth. Bandwidth is the space to pursue multiple things at once, even when life and work were at their absolute peak. And let me tell you, their plates and lives were full. An NBA season is 82 plus games. On top of that, there's daily training, long practice regimens, film sessions, road trips, recovery treatments, the whole nine. And here's the kicker: off days weren't really off days at all. Those were packed with commercial shoots, brand partner meetings, and strategy sessions about the businesses they were building off the court. Not to mention, family was always a priority. These weren't just athletes, they were fathers, husbands, friends, sons, business partners, and as husbands, date nights still mattered. That was still on the calendar. And their kids' basketball games and dance recitals were absolutely important. As long as the NBA calendar did not conflict, those were also still on the calendar. Very full lives. A lot of what came with the job was navigating and planning around blocked off family time or working around scheduling puzzles like managing sponsor obligations around practice, games, playoff seasons, championships, the whole nine. But I have to acknowledge something right away. This is the elephant in the room. I know you all are thinking it. Yes, resources played a huge role. I am also talking about people who had multi-million-dollar contracts, meaning that they were able to hire multiple assistants and nannies and drivers. But here's the thing. The resources alone did not create the bandwidth. Strategy did. And the number one strategy I saw was this. They learned to say no. If an opportunity did not help them when on a court, when in business, or when at home, it was an automatic no. That clarity, that ruthless prioritization was how they made room for the things that mattered most. So what does this mean for us? Those of us not in the NBA, not juggling 82 games, and potentially not having those multi-million-dollar partnerships. Although some of you listening in might just have that. But it means that creating bandwidth is about more than time. It's about focus. And while we're not all professional athletes with multi-million-dollar contracts, although there may be a few listening in, here are some clear takeaways we can all use no matter who we are. Number one, be ruthless with your priorities. Only do what moves the needle. Number two, build your support system. Maybe it's not a driver or a nanny, but it could be a meal prep service or a calendar system. Calendly is free. Or it could be asking friends for help when you need it. Number three, protect your personal life. Don't trade being a champion at work for being absent at home. And lastly, keep investing in yourself. Champions never stop sharpening their skills, and neither should we. For me, that's what living like a champion is really about. Not doing it all, but doing what matters most strategically, intentionally, and with enough space to thrive both professionally and personally. So to read the full article that inspired this episode topic, head over to my Substack. I am going to link it in the show notes. That article serves as the anchor for today's conversation, and you will see how this theme ties into a lot of what I'll be exploring this season. So subscribe to the Substack if this resonates with you, and also make sure that you subscribe to this podcast and share this episode with a friend or two who will enjoy this topic. I would also love to hear how you think about bandwidth in your own life, where you're creating bandwidth and maybe where you need to create it. We will cover this for the entire season 3. Do not worry, I got you. Thank you for tuning in to Hey, it's Arlesha. Until next time, stay harmonized.